Welcome back to the Southbound Show, everybody. I'm your host, as always, the Big G, Grayson Kepley, and we got a very special guest for you, as always, an innovator in the country rap genre, known for songs like Working On and Driving Around Song, and we're glad to have him with us today. Allow me to introduce Colt Ford.
Hey,
How are you, brother?
Good. How you doing?
I'm awesome. I hope you are, sir.
I'm doing all right. I'm awesome. I'm still here, so that's awesome in these days.
Well, that's what I like to hear, and
Yeah.
we're glad to have you back on the road, brother. We know
Yeah.
some times were tough for you last year, but man, we're
It was
thankful to have you back.
a tough situation to go through, and it was a lot worse than we could tell everybody. And but the good Lord just wanted to keep old Colt down here a little bit longer, and I'm glad He did.
Spread a little love, a little joy.
I appreciate it. Yeah, let me get back out here and play a little music again for my fans that have been so good to me for almost 20 years, and so yeah, I've been really blessed too.
I love it, buddy.
Yeah, excited to see what's going on with your show. I've been literally just watching you online. That's how I found out about it.
Well, I love it, and I appreciate it, buddy. It's so cool. When you reached out to me, I was like, man, this is awesome. I've been a fan of yours for, man, a long time, and the first song I ever heard you do was actually Mud Diggers.
Yeah, you know what's crazy about that song is that's not my song at all.
Yes, sir.
Lenny Cooper had a lawn maintenance business, and he took that Hood song and turned it into Mud Digger and put it out. And people kept saying it was me. It got out there. I was like, we don't even sound the same. It's not me at all. And people would argue with me every night, play Mud Digger. And I'm like, I don't know what you're talking. I didn't even know what it was at the time. I'm like, I don't know this song. And they'd get mad at me. And I'm like, I swear to God, it's not me. It's not me on the song. And then he happened to be in a meet and greet. And he goes, hey, man, I'm Lenny Cooper. I was like, you son of a, I was like, man, you caused me so many headaches.
Gave you the old run around a little bit.
He didn't know. He was just, and it was cool though, because I said, you know what? And I got his name and number and everything. I called my partner, Shannon, the CEO of the label, and it turned into a almost 20-year career for Lenny. We gave him a record deal, and he's, rest is history for him too.
That's awesome, buddy. And I want to talk about your music. You grew up in Athens, Georgia, is that correct?
Yeah.
You've had a lot of influences, and a lot of your style of music when it came out was pretty innovative. The country rap, that was a whole new thing. Who were your biggest influences?
I got called a lot of things for my music, especially early on. I mean, because people weren't. Now it's like I sound like Merle Haggard compared to what's coming out now, and it's okay, man. I mean, somebody's got to run through the door first. I didn't know any different. I wasn't trying to be no innovator, or I wasn't trying to be no, move the needle. I was just trying to make the best songs I could make. So when I made Ride Through the Country, it was just me being completely honest about who I am and the way I grew up and what I believe in. I'm a God, family, friends, America kind of guy, still that kind of guy, and always gonna be that kind of guy. And so if you don't like them things, you probably wouldn't like me very much. But
we're on the same page.
yeah,
brother.
so that's where I'm at. And I just listened to music. I didn't know. And Athens, Georgia was an interesting place to grow up because music was huge there, but it was certainly REM, the B-52s, groups like that, Driving and Crying, Drive-By Truckers, all Athens bands that I saw growing up as a kid. But for me, I mean, I loved old country stuff. That's what my dad's just was an old country boy, and that's what he listened to, so I like that. Then him and my mama loved Elvis, so I was a huge Elvis fan, so I'm always dancing around on stage.
Love some Elvis.
And then all of a sudden, I'm old. I'm way older than you, so I heard Rapper's Delight, and then I heard Run DMC. I was like, what is that? And it just kind of melted into something. And now some of the new stuff I'm doing now is me way more singing, and because I've had a year off of not working, so it's been interesting to have my voice be very different now.
A little rested up too, I'm sure.
I didn't know any different. I just put out my music and tried to do it, and I'm lucky to still be here 20 years later, still doing it.
I love it. And I want to touch on your time in Athens, Georgia for another minute. I heard you played a little golf.
Yeah, I could play a little bit.
A little bit.
I mean, golf is people. I used to tell people that was always my joke, especially when I was way heavier. I'd say, I know most people think male model, but I was actually a pro golfer, and that is true. I played the tour. I played professionally for almost 10 years, and could really play. I haven't played at all since the accident, so I've got to see if I can figure out to get back to it. Yeah, there's a lot of other residual things from what happened in the surgery, and it was a lot worse than we could tell everybody on social media and everything. It was pretty bad. I mean, I completely died twice. I was in a coma for 8 days. I was on ECMO. everything shut down. Liver, kidney. I'm literally a miracle, for real.
Brother,
My mom always told me I was special. I'm glad she's right.
She was. It's good to know mamas don't lie.
Boy, I'm telling you the truth. Yeah, I mean, she told me I was special, and I'm really lucky, blessed. The fans, probably how you've started your career and been successful. It's the fans.
Yes, sir. It is.
A lot of artists, they lose sight of that somewhere. Sometimes I don't know if they ever have it, but a lot of them I think lose sight along the way of what it's all about. It ain't about me. It ain't about you. Somebody else come along and do a show like you're doing, and they'll be the guy. I mean, that's part of it. It's a matter of what you can do while you're here. I mean, to leave some sort of mark or legacy. And
I know you do a lot for your fans, and I've heard about how long you've just spent out signing autographs after shows and stuff. I mean, you've really took the Richard Petty approach and really.
That's how I built it. I mean, I built it that way. I mean, I used to get into it with 10, 15 years ago. I mean, it was always harder for me because they wouldn't let me in with the radio.
Yes, sir.
I mean, and I got artist friends, huge artist friends that still don't even realize that I have never had a song in the top 40.
I've heard that when I did my research, and I couldn't believe it. But I was thinking about this too. Kid Rock's never had a #1 hit in America either.
No,
and
I know. I mean,
everything.
there's a lot to that. But so that's why I was like, man, I got to be a man of the people. That's how I meant. And now I'm seeing a lot of artists. I feel like they've extended on things that I did and learned from what I did, and it's easier for them now. And I'm glad. Somebody's got to do it first. Somebody's got to go through the door first, and somebody's got to take the heat and take the shots. And I felt like that. My father, before he passed away a few months ago, told me when I was laying up in the hospital, he's like, son, you're there because maybe it was another artist that couldn't handle it, and you're taking it off of them. And that's the way he saw everything. So it made me kind of go, okay, well, maybe I'm just taking it off somebody else, and that's all right with me if I can help another friend of mine.
Yes, sir. And I'm convinced if you came out today, there's no doubt in my mind
it'd be a completely different situation.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. It'd be a completely different deal, and I get that, and being completely honest with you, bro. Sometimes sometimes I get pissed off about it. I get frustrated and mad about it, and then I'm going when they go, the first people to ever do this is. I don't want to name names because I feel like I'm talking about. I like all of them. They're all friends of mine. But it's like, hey,
you was here 10 years.
I did this a long time ago.
You need to sneak in with Post Malone to get you a duet with him.
I'd love to do. I got a song that I would do with him. It's called "Piss Off My Neighbors," and it is. I mean, it's just it'd be so cool. I mean, the chorus is I can't wait to get back home to my cold beer out here, nowhere acres, and piss off my porch and not piss off my neighbors.
I love it.
And it'd be a fun one to do with him. I've never met him.
Really?
There's a lot of gatekeepers too in Nashville, and I could go around and chase people another way and try to find out a way. It's always had to be organic for me. I've never done it any other way. I've never done a song because manager talked to manager or label talked to label. It's always been I talk to you, and you and I decide, and we like it, and then we do it. That's the way I like to do it.
That's how it should be.
It should, yeah.
And you started your career a little bit later than a lot of people. I believe you were in your mid-30s when you started. Is that right?
I mean, coming to town, like literally everybody told me, you're out of you're crazy. I mean, like they love the music, but they're like, you're 35, 36 years old, 300 pounds, and a cowboy hat. I mean, like this is not what's, they just never seen anything like that. I was like a unicorn or something to them. They didn't know what to do. They loved the music, but they didn't know what to do. They just didn't understand. Mm-hmm. And I just was talking to the people. I wasn't talking to them. So that's what allowed it to work for me. And I just tried to be honest and make songs that I knew about. And, luckily, like writing some stuff like Dirt Road Anthem, me and Brantley, and that song really changed things for him and I.
I wanted to touch on that. I imagine that paid the light bill for a few months. That was one of the biggest hits of the 2000s. And
it's one of the biggest hits ever in country music. It was, at the time, nobody had done it. And it's probably double the biggest song of his career.
It's that and Try That in a Small Town. I don't know the numbers.
Yeah, they're both. That one's different because of the streaming and everything now. So the music business has changed a lot. It's evolved, and there's still a lot of good ones out there, though. There's a lot of good young artists that I'm a fan of. I like what they're doing, and I'm just gonna keep trying to do what I can do.
Well, I know you do a lot with younger artists, and I know you're back out on the road after everything that went down last year, and back out. I know you've got. I heard it was said this is going to be probably the biggest album you've ever released, just from the amount of songs that's on it. Is that correct?
It should be if I can get the label to stop giving me a hard time about it. I mean, I got about 25 really that should be, I mean, and I want to just like put them all together.
That's a lot.
That's a lot. I mean, but it, I don't know, man. I was in a different place, and now some of these songs I had not even recorded some that I liked before, and now I'm like I've had to go in and record them again because it's like, oh, I didn't know I could do that, and I'm also, but I had all these in the chamber, but I'm also really ready to write a lot. I got a lot of things I need to write, and I haven't written any songs since the accident.
Really?
I've written a lot of titles and a lot of things I want to write, but I haven't sat down and gone, okay. I've had to focus so much on trying to get healthy or get where I can physically go and do it day to day that, and I always worked so much. I outworked them. I mean, I had to because I couldn't, I
You
couldn't.
weren't getting no radio play.
Yeah, I couldn't get it to happen, and so I had to just outwork them and do it by shaking hands and saying thank you to the fans because that's what it's all about, and you know, looking at my young boy Gavin who Adcock who grew up underneath me there in Athens, I mean in Watkinsville. Him and my son or Reynolds are really good friends, and they get in a lot of trouble together, but Gavin's just out there talking to the people. He doesn't really give a shit what everybody else is doing. He's out there talking to his fans, and that's what it's all about. It's about creating your fan base and taking care of them. And
Yes, sir.
and I always looked at it like when I got the chance to play with another, especially a bigger artist. I always wanted to watch them. I wanted to see what they do. I wanted to, when I got to go on tour with Toby Keith, I'm like, this is a chance. He's spent 20-something years building this fan base, 25,000 here. Well, he's giving me an opportunity to make those fans my fans if I handle myself right. And that's the way I think a lot of these new young artists really need to approach it. Like, hey, when you get the chance to get out there, don't start going, look at me, me, me. Start going, this is a heck of a chance for me to make a bunch of new fans. And that's the way I still go about it.
That's how me and Gavin got together. As I told you, he was my first interview. I mean, we got together through social media. I mean, he agreed to do it, and I didn't talk to a manager till the day of with his tour manager. I mean, he does a lot for his fans, man. And
that's the way I mean, he watched me do that. That's the way I've always done it. I mean, there's a lot of them out there that, some do it differently. Whatever, everybody can do it their own way. For me, I just know it ain't about me. I'm lucky to be a part of it. I'm lucky to have had some success. But at the end of the day, there's a lot of people that don't even have no idea Colt Ford's an afterthought, or they don't even know who I am now. And so I just look at that as an opportunity, not like, oh, I messed up. It's like, another chance.
Hey, and there's a lot of people that do love you. So
no, I know, and I'm so blessed. I'm at this. I'm just excited. I wasn't sure if I was ever going to come back. I didn't know. You don't know sometimes, and it did a lot to me mentally. Physical stuff. I'm a country boy. I played professional golf. I've been an athlete, sports my whole life. I know I was a fat guy, but I could do anything. I could play anything, do anything, shoot anything. If my wife needs something, I go get it. My kid, and then all of a sudden, I wake up out of a coma and I cannot pick up a styrofoam cup and feed myself ice. So all of a sudden, I wake up out of the coma and I'm like, wait, what? I can't do anything.
Yeah.
And it was literally like that. I had to learn to walk again. I couldn't walk when they feel like, it was a lot. But my wife and my family and my friends and the fans just kept reaching out to me like, man, come on, we want you back. We want you back. And people like Brantley, my brother, Brantley, my mic stand, you'll see it tonight, shotgun with the American flag. Mm-hmm. You see it in a lot of videos and a lot of stuff. I was the first person to ever do that. And, Brantley took that night, when he left Arizona, he got that microphone stand off my bus. And my guys gave it to him. And he put it on stage with him every single night until I came back.
Man, I was at Rock the Country last year when everything went down, and I think that
a lot of people didn't know it was right at the first one, and I think maybe I can't remember which one it was.
I was in Ashland, Kentucky.
Ashland, Kentucky.
Yes,
that's right.
Yeah.
That was the very first one, and I was scheduled to be on that one.
Yes, sir.
And Bob was that was tough, you know. And he reached out to me in the hospital, and he sent me, you know, and he FaceTimed me, and he goes, "Man, you know, I'm so sorry, brother. We're pulling for you." And what was awesome, dude? I couldn't play in any of them shows, and he still paid me for all of them. I mean, so people don't hear about the good things, you know.
That's
When you hear about
awesome.
Kid Rock, they always think it's something crazy. I'm like,
Rested at
and
Waffle House.
and there's plenty of that, and
Yeah.
I've been around some of that too. But I meant he, you
There's the
know,
caring
he didn't
side.
have to do that. You know, I mean, every artist knows that. He's not obligated. They're not obligated to do that.
Yes, sir.
And you know, that was cool. And you know, and he'd play my music during the show. And like I said, Brantley took my microphone stand and put that sucker on stage every night and said something to that crowd every night. My brother Colt Ford. I mean, like,
I can
I can't even tell you what that meant to me. And like Corey, his TM, and his security Jack, they'd be FaceTiming me from these concerts.
Yeah.
I'm laying in the ICU, man, and I'm watching.
Oh, I saw it.
I'm watching Brantley perform, and it was that was something I will never ever forget.
I showed up and I was like, man, I'm waiting on Brantley Gilbert, you know,
Yeah.
tough dude,
Yeah.
you know, all this, man. He almost broke down on stage when he started talking about you. I was in the pit,
Yeah.
like, right there in front of the stage.
Yeah, there's no fake, and Brantley doesn't do fake. We don't do that, and him and I are truly brothers. And like, yeah, it's hell. He about went to jail at the
I
hospital.
heard that.
Yeah.
I heard he took his watch off.
Yeah,
and was ready to roll.
I mean, people don't realize. I mean, Brantley's actually a sweet guy.
Yeah.
Until you
You get on
ask
his
him,
bad side,
until you get the other side of it, and it's like he ain't scared of whatever. And when you start talking about family, to me or to Brantley and people that we, there's no there's no gray area. It's black and white. And
Yes, sir.
when you were saying that you weren't going to be able to help me, or that guy said there's nothing else he could do, Brantley's like, you gonna go back in that hospital as a patient? If you want to go back in as a patient, I mean, he done made up his mind, because they weren't telling anybody anything.
Yeah.
Because you got to remember, here we are in Phoenix, Arizona. I'm not, you know, and nobody in this bus is in part of my family or nothing. So they got, you know, all the rules and laws, and I'm also a celebrity. You got TMZ there and all these nutbags running around, and they don't want to tell nobody nothing. And Brantley wanted an answer, and he just made up his mind. He called Amber. He's like, "Hey, I'm gonna go to jail. I'm just letting you know if they don't tell me about Colt." And Amber's like, she goes, "I knew wasn't no sense in arguing with him. He wasn't asking my permission. He was just telling me what's about to happen." And you know, I mean, even just little things, stuff I didn't even know about. When my band and crew got over there, because you know, I went from as soon as they found me, obviously all hell broke loose, and
Yes, sir.
everything went nuts. And I don't remember any of it. I don't remember anything. And I woke up, you know, and so they had already operated on me like 10 hours at this first hospital. So by the time they got me from there to the Mayo Clinic, that's when Brantley raised hell. They got me over there, and my drummer Tim and Dylan, my guitar, I mean, my whole band and crew. I mean, they were all fighting. And my wife, you know, they had to fly her. She was in Tulsa. So my bus driver was calling her. She's 11 o'clock at night, sitting out back in the backyard with the dogs. And all of a sudden, my bus driver, Sam, is going, "He's down. They're working on him. It just don't look good." So, you know, now she's trying to figure out, you know, she's going nuts and trying to figure out a way to get out there. My son, who's really close to Brand, if my son couldn't reach me, he'd probably call B if he couldn't. And he was in Florida working. Brantley got him and his wife. This is the kind of stuff people don't hear either. I mean, like, you think stars are just big. Brantley got him and my son and my daughter-in-law, and he got them tickets and flew them right out there to Phoenix immediately to be with me. I mean, so there was a lot of stuff like that I know made a difference. And
man, sounds like we all need a friend like Brantley. Man.
Boy, I'm gonna tell you what. I mean, like, if it all breaks down, you'll find me and my folks out there at the farm with Brantley. I can guarantee you that.
I love it.
And you better bring a whole bunch of something if you want to come get us.
Oh, I can imagine. So I want to touch on Brantley for another second.
Yeah.
You've helped launch. I know you don't like taking credit for it, but you've helped launch the careers of a lot of big acts. And I mean, you've had a lot to do with Brantley, Jason Aldean, and all these people. Your company your record label, Average Joe's Entertainment, has done a lot, and it's one of the biggest independent labels out there.
Yeah.
I mean, you've done a lot for music, and you started it yourself. And what was that decision to go ahead and start your own label?
Well, I wanted, Shannon and I at the time had done a lot of different things in music, but nothing in country. Didn't know nobody.
Yeah.
So when we came to Nashville in 2006, 7, we literally didn't know nobody. We just checked in at the Hampton Inn down there on West End and started walking in bars and saying hello, and just, we didn't know nobody.
Networking.
And we knew everybody in the industry, but not country.
Yeah.
So we could walk into Warner Brothers office or Sony, wherever, Columbia in LA, and talk to whoever we want to, except you couldn't talk to country people because they're in Nashville.
Yeah.
So it was like this little island, and we went, oh, shoot, this might be harder than we thought. We don't know nobody.
Yeah.
And so we just started coming and talking, and that's really always who I was. I mean, I love to say hello to people and hear their stories and share with them. I've always been that way. I don't know that I'm that much way anymore. I used to, it's put some anxiety in me, but so we just started doing that, and people were like, wow, what is this music? What do you, like, we had recorded most of the record in Atlanta. So I didn't know how they record country albums. And the first song I wrote in Nashville was with Jamie Johnson, and then we went in the studio the next day and cut a demo of it, and I'm like, what is happening? I don't know what's happening. I mean, like,
quick.
Yeah, I mean, we're just playing, Jamie's playing guitar, and I'm like, well, how's the steel player know what to play? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Excuse me. I'm like,
you just didn't know.
Yeah, I'm like, how's the guy gonna know what to do? And they're like, I'm watching them write the charts, and at the time, I'd never seen that either. I'm like, I'm looking at Shannon, he's going, I don't know. I'm like, what the hell are they writing down here? Like 3 diamond. I'm like, I don't know what any of that means. And we go in there, and the second take of the song is what's on the record. It's like a blind man seeing light. And it was, and so I was really blessed by some of the guys here in town that embraced me, especially some of the writers and, guys that and we realized that although everybody loved it, we didn't start out to do a record label. We started out to try to just do the Colt Ford project and whatever, and it turned into, well, everybody here loves this. Nobody's going to touch it. Everybody's scared to death. Nobody wants it. So it's like, well, the only way we can put it out is we have to do it. And so we went and got another friend of mine, Zach McElroy. He's the founder of Zaxby's. And I said, Zach, he didn't even know Shannon at the time. I said, man, he's like, I love the stuff. He's like, what do we do? I said, we got to start a label. How do we do that? I said, well, Shannon will run it. And he said, well, what do we get cost to do that? Here's that. See if y'all can do it with that. And we did. And then that's almost 20 years later. And it is one of truly, a lot of people claim this and that, independent, whatever. Yeah. We have no affiliation with any major label whatsoever. I don't care what any of these people out there say with their, I'm independent, whatever. You may be. We are 100% independent. We've manufactured ourselves. We did everything ourselves. We negotiated every single deal on our own. We distributed ourselves. We don't have any affiliation with any major label.
It's not like Average Joe's with Sony or none of that.
It's absolutely not like that. They've all asked.
Yeah,
and we've said thank you, but no thank you. We're just going to keep doing what we're doing. And so that was the only way to do it. And again, I just had to go out there and outwork them and just work as hard and do everything I could do and show up everywhere I did. And that's kind of what we did.
I love it. And I want to touch on another thing with Average Joe's is y'all branched off into doing some movies and some documentaries and stuff. I heard your company is actually helping work on the new Goonies too.
That's our movie. Yeah, we're doing that. Yeah. Old Henry really put us on the map. If you saw that Western, Old Henry. Yeah. So we did that entire movie. We wrote, directed, produced, soundtrack, edit, everything.
Really?
Yeah, that's all our company. That's all my company.
That was with the gentleman from Old Brother Warthow. I can't remember his name. But
golly, I just drew.
It's gonna bother me, but yes, sir.
He's fantastic. That's won us a lot of. That really helped us a lot. So we're doing tons. We did Still the King with Billy Ray Cyrus. That's us. That was our idea. We created, wrote the whole show. Yeah. So we've been doing that a lot. Shannon and Potsy are really Trevor. They really get into the film. I don't do as much with that side of it.
Still yours.
Yeah, I mean, it's cool to be a part of, though. And the Goonies things, that's a big deal for me because that's my era, that's my childhood, and
I love it too.
We got a part of that to be able to be a part of that with Steven Spielberg, and Potsy's writing it right now and having a lot of the original cast in. Pretty cool.
That's awesome, and I mean Steven Spielberg. I mean that's a big level of
Shannon.
being involved with
Shannon is that's his world. He is just like beside himself with that. I mean, that's holy grail stuff for him.
You gonna have anything to do with the soundtrack of that movie?
I don't know if I mean, I kind of look like a dang goonie every now and then.
Which one?
I don't know. Chunk. I ain't Chunk no more. I don't know.
I love it.
I don't know. I just I'm gonna keep making some music, bro, and just keep trying to get out here and do it as much as I can. I can't do the schedule like I used to. I used to play a lot of shows, and my body just physically, I can't do it. And I'm still battling with the physical stuff and the emotional stuff. I mean, it's took a toll.
Well, buddy, I was in the hospital last year myself. I was in the hospital for 5 days. I was sick for 4 months. I lost 40 pounds. Nothing compared to I used to weigh 220.
But that's awful though, isn't it?
My muscles atrophied. I know all about not being able to.
Oh yeah, one day in the bed. One day in the bed. It's 4-day muscle loss.
Yeah.
And I basically, I mean, like I said, I went to bed. I could do anything. I just do anything I want to do. And I woke up out of a coma and I couldn't pick up a styrofoam cup and feed myself ice. I meant like.
Well, you was like me. You was a big old boy.
Yeah, I was a big boy. Yeah, I mean, I've been husky. I've been damn fat as hell, and yeah, I mean, it's nice to lose weight. There's easier diets. And
but, almost. I know all about it.
It's so it was just tough to just all of a sudden go. I had no idea what kind of battle I was in for.
I didn't
because I had no baseline of any of that.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Well, let me ask you this. I always try to look for a positive in any negative situation. Was there a positive in that at all that came out of that?
Yeah, I think they were, and I think I'm still figuring some of it out. I used to say yes to everything, and that's just how my heart operates. I'm big, yes, whatever. If I can help, I'll do it, or whatever. I've had to learn to say no. I've never been able to say. I've never said no to anybody. I've had to learn to say no for myself.
Yes, sir.
So that I can rest and still be able to, because I'm not going to do it if I can't give the fans the right product.
Yes, sir.
You know, because that was my fear. They were like, "Well, we put you on a stool." I was like, "No, hell, you can't."
You're sure you can't sit on a stool.
You can put me on a stool, but I ain't staying on a stool. So I'm like, I can't do a show like that. That's not how I work. I don't work. I mean. And which is fine. I wouldn't want to see George Strait do what I do. I want to see Luke Combs run around doing what I do. But I mean, that's okay. Everybody does it differently. Yeah. But that's just how I do it. I can't do it no other way. So I have to be able to move around and
let that energy
dance a little bit. And I can't do it. Some people say that's as good as it ever was. It don't feel like that to me, but it feels good to be on stage and see them still there and still singing it, and it's pretty cool.
Like I said, I was in Ashland, so I saw the love the fans gave you. I mean, Brantley too. But I wanted to touch on something. I saw this goes back to golf. I know I've just seen a bunch of stuff. It seems like you're friends with everybody, but I got to ask you about this picture you posted on Instagram.
All right.
And this is a heck of a crowd in this picture.
I think I know what you're talking about.
I was doing my research on you, and I clicked off for a second to click on Instagram, and that picture popped up because I was following you, and I was like, oh my goodness. So in this picture was Clint Eastwood, Huey Lewis, and Colt Ford. Tell me about that day, because that's a heck of a crowd.
That's unbelievable. I've become pretty good friends with Mr. Eastwood over the last 10, 12 years, and playing at Pebble Beach at AT&T, and I've got to go play in his tournament at his private course, and just being around him. I mean, like, that was everything to me, because that was my dad's guy. Yeah. And so I call my dad. I'm like, I don't even think he walks. It looks like he floats. I was just freaking out.
It's like John Wayne.
I got to be good friends with Mr. Clint, and we've been partners in a couple of events, and Huey was playing in AT&T, so I got to be good friends with him. And you meet some cool people through golf and music, and I'm certainly the odd duck in that crowd. I meant saying Ray Romano's in the picture.
All you was missing was your cowboy hat. That was all I was looking for.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't wear it playing golf much, but some pretty cool experiences to do things like that, and all of a sudden be like, what am I doing here? But that's the music and power of trying to be good to people, and 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 just being good to people, trying to be a good human being and good to folks, and you get rewarded a lot of times. Sometimes you don't, and that's all right. But you can't you don't do it for that.
Yes,
that's
sir.
just the way it is.
That's just the perks that comes along.
Yeah, I mean, it's sometimes it works out real cool.
I wanted to touch on this too. I mentioned that I've been a fan of yours for a long time. So obviously I'd seen you on album covers and all this stuff like this over the years, but the first time I ever saw you in something was Duck Dynasty. On the episode
where the 100th episode.
Yeah, where they went to Nashville.
Yeah. So I wanted to be a rapper.
Yes, sir. So how did you get involved with that on that episode?
I've known Willie and for a long time before TV show. I knew Willie Robinson. So through hunting, Luke, Brian, and Aldine and Buck Commander, I knew about it long before. We had become friends before. So we had, Willie and I actually did a song together.
Cutting it.
Yeah, cut them all. Yeah, I mean, we did it, and I wrote a whole thing for him, and he's up there. It was fun. So yeah, I mean, that was a cool idea. And Willie goes, "Man, we were gonna come. What are you down to do this?" And so I've just known him for a long time, and it was cool to be a part of. Well, that's a special show. They're a special family.
That's awesome. Do you do any hunting?
Oh yeah.
Really?
And it's been frustrating because this last year has been none. I mean, like all of a sudden, everything I love to do other than play music, a lot of stuff I couldn't do, and I hadn't been able to do. Like I didn't get to duck camp one time last year, and that was hard.
That was hell.
Yeah, that was hard.
That was hell.
That's hard. And my wife, Megan Amelia, bless her heart, she loves duck hunting. It was hard for her too.
That's awesome. Hey, at least you got somebody.
Absolutely,
with you,
yes. I mean, if duck hunting, she's like, "Yep, when we going?" She's down every time.
That's a keeper right there, bro.
You ain't wolfing, son. That's good. That's good look. That's good.
I love it. But what about fishing? You do any fishing?
Yeah, I used to do a lot more. Being on a boat now makes me my balance isn't very good like it used to be. I had a lot of damage to my leg. That we haven't really shared much about. Within the surgery, they got to a point between a couple hospitals when it looked like my leg was going to explode from the blood flow. They was having a blood flow issue, so they had to do emergency fasciotomy. So it kind of knocked out all my feeling in my right leg and caused me a lot of problems. So it doesn't work right all the time.
Well, I heard flying was a struggle for you too. Is that...
Yeah, I mean, it's really just travel in general. Like it didn't matter. Man, I had one year I played, I think, 246 full band shows. Jeez. Tyler Farr was playing guitar for me at the time. He didn't even have to.
Really?
No, yeah, he was playing guitar for me at the time. I mean, like, it liked to kill me, and I was 320 pounds. It was tough. So, I mean,
He's also on your label, correct?
No. At one point, we thought he was going to be. He was on Jason's label for a while. I don't know what. Tyler's kind of out there on his own right now doing it solo. I see what he's doing.
Gotcha.
But yeah, it's so I'm nervous about uneven surfaces.
Yeah.
So boats make me nervous. I used to fish a lot more. The Zoom bait, I'm sure you're familiar with. I grew up with. That's from where I grew up at. The guy I went to high school with, they started that company. I mean, I remember taking Luke Bryan to the factory. You thought I'd walked him in the gates of heaven. I mean, he was like, "What?" I mean, yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So I love it. I love being outdoors. I have to just everything's a little different for me now. I have to take my time, be a little bit more slow, careful, methodical about the way I move, and I never did that before. Even though I was a big boy, I was pretty light on my feet, and so I'm having to learn that. So Megan and I really got in, spent a lot of time. I got a dog, a service dog that I'd never had before, Belgian Malinois, and she already has one. So we spent a lot of time working with them, and
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Got you somebody to travel with too.
Yeah, it's awesome. Yeah, it's pretty cool. When my wife ain't there, Fiona was laying up here last night, and I could pet on her.
Love it. I love it. I wanted to touch on something else. I was doing my research on you. Like I said, it seems like you know everybody or knew everybody. I heard that you grew up playing golf at Kenny Rogers' house.
Yeah, that's true.
I heard he had a full-blown course on his house. Is that
correct? He did, and it was phenomenal.
I bet it was.
It's that was, again, Mary Ann, his wife, was from Athens. We'd known them my whole life. My dad sold them all their cars in his life, and Kenny moved to Athens in the early days. They bought this piece of property outside of there and built Beaver Dam Farms. And man, I can't even. There'd be no way I could. If I told you, you wouldn't believe it. You'd have to see it. But I mean, we're talking, in the early '80s, when Kenny in the early '80s is making $50 million a year.
Yeah,
that's like making $300 million a year now, man. I mean, he was a superstar.
I saw a picture of his house on the documentary.
I mean, like the barn was big as the UGA basketball coliseum. Had a parquet basketball floor that Larry Bird gave him from the Boston Garden. I mean, it was unbelievable.
Nice.
And it started off as just one hole, and then a couple holes, and then we did this. Next thing you know, it's full 18-hole golf course, and it was unbelievable. The one, I think the fourth hole, you tee off. Literally, I'm from here to the camera from his bedroom window.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
So
I didn't know, then I was young, so I spent tons of time out there with Kenny and just around. And I mean, I've seen Michael Jackson out there. He had bubbles out there.
Really?
It's unbelievable. The people. I mean, Kenny was
Was he as nice of a guy as he seemed?
He was great.
He just seemed like a laid back character.
He was super great, man. He was one of my favorite singers. I mean, what an incredible voice. He was so great. Me and Crystal Keith, Toby's daughter, did the duet version that him and Sheena Easton did of "We Got Tonight."
Yeah.
I meant the Bob Seger song, and we did a version of that. Yeah,
that's awesome.
I'm a huge Kenny Rogers fan.
You brought Toby up. I want to touch on Toby. Toby was one of my favorites as a kid, and he's always been one of my favorites. And he's probably on my Mount Rushmore, one of my all-time favorites.
Mine
too. We had tickets to go see Toby in 2020. And COVID happened, everything happened, everything shut down, and then they stopped it and all that. And sometime later, we heard about his cancer diagnosis, and it's just a bad deal.
You're trying to make me choke up.
Well,
it was tough. It was.
He's one of my heroes.
He was. Yeah, he's larger than life. He was larger than life, and he was really good to me, kind to me, and taught me a lot of stuff. We spent a lot of time together, played a lot of. The last 10 years, we were super close. A lot of golf, a lot of trips. Hanging out together. His family, Tricia, his wife, just absolutely amazing woman, and they were just an amazing family. Toby just gave back. I mean, there's a lot of people. I know there's a lot of people that give.
Yeah.
There's very few on that level. I mean, not even close, to be honest with you.
I know about his Cowboy Corral thing.
Yeah,
he's got in Oklahoma.
Yes,
sir. Okay, Kiss Corral.
Yeah, I meant and so my accident happened maybe not a month or so after we had buried Toby, and that was just an awful day, because there's certain people, like I say a lot of times, oh, so and so will come along. Nah. Another Toby Keith. There's no. There'll be some others. There's no other Toby Keith.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen. Yeah. And nor should it. To be honest with you, he was just so good, and he was so good, and he loved to give back to this country and America. He was proud of our soldiers, and that always meant something to me. And so, Toby used to call me Little Dog Daddy.
Yeah.
He's Big Dog Daddy, and people ask me a lot about what happened when the light and all that stuff from being through the accident. And I remembered 3 things. I asked my wife something. I was like, "Were you saying that?" She's like, "Yeah." My wife stood there 8 days when I was in a coma, 10 hours a day, holding my hand, talking to me. She got a stress fracture in her foot from standing there talking to me the entire time. And then my son, who's I said, "Did you say don't put your gun down, Dad? You're not out of the fight, the Navy SEAL thing?" And he's like, "Yeah, I was whispering that to you." And then the light is super bright, and Toby stepped out and he said, "They ain't ready for you, little dog. Going back down there." And I woke up, and
That's crazy, man.
I woke up and I was like, "Hey, what's going on here?" I didn't know where I was or what was happening, but
I never got a chance to meet him. Obviously, he was one of my dream interviews, but never got a chance to meet him. And his passing hit me hard as a fan, as somebody that really grew up listening to his music. I couldn't imagine being a friend to him.
Man, he was just great. He was just great. He was just a great person, man. I mean, you hear all different kind of stories. I got to see the man that I really knew who that man was, and hell, and as people say that to me, they're like, "Oh, I know Colt Ford's not your real name," and I'm like, Colt Ford, it's me. I meant Toby Keith is Toby Keith. He is Big Dog Daddy. Yeah. I meant there ain't no other way. I meant, like Trish, his wife Tricia, she came out. She flew out and saw me while I was in the hospital in Phoenix. And some people did. Brantley came multiple times. Tyler Hubbard was playing a festival 2 hours away and got the runner to bring him over there to hang out with me for a little bit.
That's awesome.
Justin Moore and JR flew in and spent the day with me.
That's awesome.
You know, and I got a lot of calls from a lot of people, so it helped me make it through.
That's awesome. Did you ever get a chance to go overseas with Toby to play for the troops?
No, I've been overseas and played. I'm trying to fill in get in his position, but you can't take that. There's no replacing him.
He put himself in harm's way, like very bad.
Yeah, there's people that there's people play for troops, and then there's people that Toby Keith did, which is I mean he's in real peril.
Yes,
I mean,
sir.
like it's and
well, I heard he got shot at.
He
in the planes.
He didn't miss a beat neither, man. He didn't
push through it.
Yeah, he's a tough son of a gun. He was good, man. I miss him every day. I text Trish sometimes. I'm like I pick. Because he was always so honest with me, like, and so if I was needed somewhere, I had a question about, and he's I'm 55, I think Tobe was 61 or 2. I mean, so he's like a big brother to me. So I'd call him and ask him. I mean, he's been there and done it, and also I'm like, I've picked up the phone to text him, and it's like, yeah, nobody, you're not gonna get a response.
I can't believe if I Want to Talk About Me was the #1 hit. Working On couldn't have been a #1 hit because those songs aren't too far apart. I mean, they're not.
Working On is it's a huge record, and helped Marcus Luttrell and the Lone Survivor Foundation.
I've heard you. Do you give? I've heard. I just want to confirm this. Do you give all the royalties for that song?
Not all. A lot of the proceeds we did all early, and a lot of the proceeds afterwards because you got other songwriters and stuff involved.
Yeah.
But yeah, Marcus, it was cool to be a part of that song. I think it's double platinum now, and it's a big song for me. And that's one of those songs I think that's I don't think I know. I've stood there in front of soldiers. I met the toughest sons of bitches in the world, and broke down crying, saying that song helped them not pull the trigger on their own life, and that is.
That's big.
That's bigger than the Grammy and all the other shit. I'll be honest with you. That's the kind of stuff that is. People tell me that song saved my life. It's done. I mean, and you see a parent going, "It's made me, my kid. It's helped my kid survive." And so that's what it's all about to me.
I know you mentioned, I know it bothers you sometimes. You've never had a #1 hit or won an award. I've heard you talk about it. And, you would just touched on it for a second.
Not even a #1. I mean, I've never even had a top 40. Like I told somebody, I was trying to tell the people at radio, I was like, any artist in this town to have a party for a 17? I would. I'd have a number 17 party. I've never had a top 40.
Be rowdy.
I mean, almost 5 million records sold and multiple platinum singles and albums. And like I said, there's a lot of artist friends of mine that I've known a lot, and they're like, wait, what about Chicken a Bit? No. What about Driving Around Song? No. They're like, wait, but those are platinum records. Yeah.
You know what Conway Twitty, I saw a thing that Conway Twitty said, he's like, because he never won hardly any awards either, other than with Loretta.
I don't play music for awards. I never did.
Yeah, but I was going to say, he always said that his award was going on stage and hearing the crowd react. Is that kind of how you feel about
100%, 100%. The fans, yeah. I mean, every night, I'm walking off that stage going, I'm the Lou Gehrig speech. I'm the luckiest man alive.
Yeah.
Seriously.
I wanted to touch on one more thing real quick. I also heard that you also knew another hero of mine that was actually my first concert, and that was Charlie Daniels. It was my first concert I ever went to. I was 12 or 13. I know that you knew him. What was Charlie Daniels like? I never got a chance to meet Charlie.
Everything that you think that he was more than that.
Really?
I put Toby and Charlie both on Mount Rushmore for me.
Yeah.
And it's more to it than just a song or just a hit or just whatever. It's just more to it than that. And Charlie was everything I'd want to be in a career. Yeah. I mean, he always stood up 10 toes down on business, what he said he believed in. And we believed in the same things. And golly, he was just super sweet to me. He brought me on stage with him multiple times, and early on he reached out to me, and we started spending some time together, and he was he was the best. He was so great. We actually have quite a few songs that we recorded together that have not been put out yet.
Really?
We actually redid a few songs together of his and mine. We'll probably figure it out to get it out there at some point. It's pretty cool. I mean, it's really pretty cool to hear Saddle Up with Charlie Daniels on it is pretty cool.
Really?
Yeah, we got a few things that you'd be surprised that him and I did that are really neat.
Man,
he was great. He gave me a hat. We were playing a show together somewhere, and he called me the bus. He was like, "Let me see that hat." And I'm like, "Yes, sir." I mean, you know what he says? Yes, sir. I'll take the hat. Yeah. I mean, I should have took it off when I came in. I'm sorry. And so I hand him my hat, and he's looking at it, tells the guy, "Hey, get." And a couple weeks later, I had this incredible hat show up. It says "To Colt Ford" from Charlie Daniels on the inside, and it was starting to wear out a little bit. And I'm like, "Oh shit, I got to put this up. I can't play this no more."
I love it. So Charlie was also a man of faith.
Oh my gosh!
I've heard you mention faith several times. Faith in God.
Absolutely.
I've heard you say that's what helped get you through all your troubles last year. So what's your faith mean to you?
Everything. Every single thing. Like you could have the rest of it, and I'll just take that.
Yes,
that's what. And sometimes even when you don't know it and you don't feel it, he's there, and you gotta believe that and encourage that. We need to encourage all these younger kids out there. They've tried to pull these young country kids. They want them not believe in God, get them away from God. We need more God.
Yes, sir.
More God
is
what we need.
100%.
And so I'm gonna say it every night. I'm gonna say things about God, and I'm gonna say things about America. So if you hate both of those things, my show would probably not be where you'd want to wind up.
Probably wouldn't get along too much.
Yeah, you might get your ass whipped, to be honest with you.
That's how it should be.
I mean, if we could get back, you can clearly see that a lot of these folks just ain't never been hit in the mouth.
Oh yeah.
I mean, so that's kind of what's going on with it. Like my crowd's like, maybe you just need to get snatched up one time and you'll think differently.
I love it. So you got a song out right now with one of my favorites out there today, Creed Fisher.
Yeah,
I've had
Creed.
a chance to see Creed live. He's so good.
So good.
Y'all's song "Dirty" is out now.
It's
a cool song. It's catchy.
It's really fun song. Kind of fits me and him perfectly. And the first time Creed and I ever met was right here. We're at this venue where we're recording that tonight. We played a show together here for the first time at Dr. Pepper Park. Yeah, that was the first time we ever met a few years ago. And then we became buddies, and he was trying to figure out a new label situation, and I called the office. I'm like, "Hey man, this guy, Creed Fisher, he's the real deal. He's good." So we signed him to Average Joe's, and he's over there with us now.
That's awesome.
And it's really cool. But I mean, that song's really cool. I'm looking forward. I'm hoping that thing catch on a little bit and keep rocking.
It's catchy, and he started a little bit older than he too. I believe he was in his 30s when he got
rolling. Man. So two old dudes just out here rocking. Here rocking. My Farm Boy song's doing really good with Caden McGuire, and
And you've also got a song coming out on August 22nd with Dalton Dover, who's got a heck of a voice.
Man, that kid can sing, can't he?
Can sing.
He's from Georgia. He's from down around where Sam Hunt's from in Georgia, outside of Rome, Georgia. Man, it's a fun song. Dalton hit me up. There's a lot of guys, for me being an older guy, because I hadn't been around some of them, and the younger guys, they all function on a different wavelength than I do. So, like, I found out about things through TikTok, Instagram. That's how I reached out to you. And so some of the artists have come through. I found them that way. And Dalton and I hit, and he was like, "Hey, man, do it." And I was like, "Yeah." I mean, and the song, it's a banger.
Bar hopping.
Yeah, it is a banger. It's really cool. And then I got some other. I've got a song coming called Country AF with Jay Webb, and I think Jay Webb's blowing up like a star.
Yes, sir.
I got a song called "Little Out There" with Don Lewis, another guy online. And I met these guys online. I would just start a while. I was like, "Oh, I like the way that sounds." I started following them, and I was like, and I've always been that guy. Like I'd reach out to them online, and same way I reach out to you. I'm like, "Hey, man, I like what you're doing. Keep rocking."
Appreciate it.
I didn't have much of that because there wasn't the social media. I mean, I had it more individually, but it's like that helps when you're a young artist, when you're out there for another artist that you might think is something, and I ain't nobody, but I mean, you might think is a big deal, but to encourage you is cool.
You are a big deal.
Yeah, well, depends on where you're sitting at. Yeah, I mean, so it's cool. And then me and Tyler Booth got a song about to come together, and he's one of my favorites. Tyler Booth is a fantastic country singer to me, and we got us a good old honky-tonk song.
I love it. And you're back on the road touring now, putting it in hard. I know you've got 3 shows just this weekend, tonight, tomorrow night, and night after.
Yeah, it's a little harder than it used to be. I just got to rest a little bit more, but in between. I ain't goofing around as much, but we gonna still be out here rocking.
Hopefully that New York crowd treats you good. I know you going. I know
I'll
you going
take
to
a
the Big
little.
Apple.
I'll bring a little redneck to them.
There you go.
Yeah.
I love it. Well, buddy, hey, thank you so much for your time,
man.
my friend. This meant the world to me.
Oh, man, I appreciate that. Yeah.
I mean, as soon as you followed me, I was like, I gotta have Colt Ford on.
Man, I was just glad to do it, bro. I appreciate it. I'm excited. I love to see you've created your own thing here and created your own lane, and you're working hard with it and doing the right things. That's what it's all about. I'm glad to be a part of it.
Brother,
I
that
appreciate
means the
you
world
having
to me.
me.
Thank you
Yeah,
so
man,
much,
absolutely,
my friend.
brother.
And thank y'all so much as always. Hey, y'all take care. I appreciate all of you. Over and out.
We'll see y'all down the dirt road.